People were showing their love against the odds, you know, against all the anguish, against being considered undesirable, you know, and unwanted, being plucked away from their roots, so to speak, from their foundation, their background, and still surviving and having the strength or just the raw tenacity to go forward. That to me is awe-inspiring.
Well, 25 years later, it's not so much in my head, it's in my heart. It's very emotional watching this. Not only the memories of working on it, but what it has to say, and it's still relevant. That's what's so wonderful about watching this, is that the message is still a message that needs to be heard today. Because one of my pet peeves is the fact that we still use those old history books, which doesn't tell much about the background from where we came. And I think when children sit in a classroom and they're doing history, we need to know about each other and the contributions that we have made. And we seem, you know, I mean, there's a few people that get mentioned, but the slavery thing is such a big thing, but they need to know that we weren't slaves originally, and all that is missing from the history books. So for me, Roots also represents the history books that we don't have, because it does tell the story about our background that people need to know, and so that we're not treated as second-class citizens.
But he had such a sense of history. He had such a sense of history and wanting to let us know our history and where we came from in this country. And what I loved about Roots, too, is that he didn't start it with here, because this was the horrible part. He started it in Africa, where we're from, when we were kings and queens and people of royalty, you know, and I love that because a lot of people didn't have that understanding about who we were. A lot of people only viewed us as the slaves that we became here in this country. But we have a very rich past, a very rich heritage. And Alex Haley, I think, was wise enough to start it in the country, in the land of our birth, and bring us to here, so that it's almost like you have to understand where somebody has been to see where they've fallen to really appreciate the struggle and the horror that their life becomes.